How to spot when crime scene. Evidence is telling you the opposite of truth. How do you know when crime scene evidence is lying to you? After investigating cases where forensic evidence told the complete opposite story of what actually happened, I've learned to spot the warning signs that every investigator and jury member needs to recognize before making life or death decisions based on scientific analysis. What I'm about to teach you could save an innocent person from conviction or help you recognize when forensic evidence is misleading rather than illuminating the truth about what really occurred at a crime scene. I'm Daniel McKenzie, and the reverse crime scene cases taught me that sometimes perfect forensic evidence is perfectly wrong about what actually happened. The most dangerous evidence isn't contaminated evidence or poorly collected evidence. It's scientifically valid evidence that accurately describes the wrong events. This is evidence that follows all proper forensic protocols, produces consistent results, and leads to completely incorrect conclusions. Here are the warning signs I've learned to recognize when evidence might be telling you the opposite of the truth. Warning sign number 1, perfect evidence that's too perfect. When crime scene evidence lines up exactly with one narrative and excludes all other possibilities, be suspicious. Real crime scenes are messy, chaotic, and usually contain conflicting evidence that requires interpretation. In the Thomas Bradley case, every piece of forensic evidence supported one story. David Chen was murdered while lying unconscious by someone shorter than Thomas, using cutting motions rather than stabbing motions. The evidence was scientifically flawless and completely wrong. The problem wasn't bad science, it was that the evidence was describing a different event than the one that actually occurred. The forensic analysis was perfect for a crime that didn't happen. Warning sign number 2, witness testimony that contradicts reliable evidence. When multiple credible witnesses consistently describe events that contradict solid forensic evidence, don't automatically assume the witnesses are wrong. Sometimes reliable people accurately describe impossible events. 3 witnesses watched Thomas stab David during a standing fight. All 3 gave consistent, detailed accounts and passed credibility assessments. Yet the blood spatter evidence said this fight never happened. The witnesses accurately described what they saw, while the forensic analysis accurately recorded evidence. But somehow, both could be true simultaneously. Warning, sign number 3, evidence that produces impossible timelines. When forensic evidence suggests timelines that violate known laws of physics or human capability, question whether the evidence is describing the events you think it's describing. Right now, you can learn all the warning signs for recognizing misleading evidence in my complete guide, The Impossible Files, for just $2.99. I'm including case studies, expert analysis, and practical techniques for spotting when forensic science is accurate but wrong. But I'm raising the price to $9.99 next week because law enforcement agencies are requesting this content for investigator training programs. Get it now while it's affordable. The key insight is that forensic evidence can be scientifically valid while being completely misleading about what actually occurred. The science isn't wrong. It's accurately analyzing evidence that doesn't represent the events investigators think it represents. How to spot when crime scene. Evidence is telling you the opposite of truth isn't just academic knowledge. It could be the difference between justice and injustice when forensic science meets its limits. The most dangerous assumption in criminal justice is that scientific evidence always tells the truth about what happened. Sometimes it tells the truth about something else entirely,